and I feel like this is a lesson. I learned it young, but I think that it's worthy to like unpack in very clear terms right now. Everything, okay, the reason that you need capitalism is because you need to incentivize people to do better. You have to incentivize people to be better. So the way I read that article about the 9.9%, but I think you guys missed the point. Like, some of us have been functioning on this like incentive-based reward system for so long that we've like optimized the like, how do you say it, the life function to get to a place where like the only reason that you would move is if you're rewarded. Some of you guys are confused because you don't understand what the bare minimum is. You need to understand what the bare minimum is. The bare minimum is like what you need to just live. And I think that there's some people who are just so traumatized. Like, explore Megan Thee Stallion's album Traumazine. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. Okay, so Megan Thee Stallion's Traumazine, album, even though that's not really traumas. Like, she has trauma, but I don't think she actually talked about it in that particular album. But the big idea around trauma and trauma responses are that, like, something out of the ordinary happens. Like, that's the funny thing, too. I think so many of you guys are not familiar with, like, Black people responding to trauma that you don't realize that what Kanye's doing right now is a normal response. That's actually not abnormal. Y'all just don't know what it looks like to ask questions because most of y'all are retarded. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, having a high IQ is a thing, and most of y'all don't. So, PSA, you probably have retarded children, and we are all figuring out how to live with them. And it sucks. We all hate them so much. Okay? Nobody else will say that, but I'll be unpopular and I'll say it. I wrote blog posts about it and I gave talks about it because I hate you so much. But I was just trying to be like very polite, and I think people thought I was joking and I wasn't. So sorry. So yeah, the normal response, right, to something like when you don't understand something, like this is another thing that we have to talk about, like counterculture. Mostly, I think Kaylani is a really good example of this, and maybe I'll do somebody else. All of you, to the Black women who like don't believe that I'm Black, and then they like want to be like the Black explainers of things. Unpack Kaylani. Maybe I'll make an entire video of this. I will spend the time. I do not like Kaylani at all. I actually despise her, but I see her as a human. I will say that we can take it at least that far. I see Kaylani as a human. I do. I just think that she has a very, her counterculture story of, like, urbanism is just weird. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. There's ways to grow up with this. I think some people can't be parents because they're just too, they're just too focused on being, I don't know, and being an adult is really hard. So being an adult is really hard because you have to take care of all of these responsibilities, right? It's like the rent, it's the job, getting along with your coworkers, talking to other people, right? And that is why community is important, because you are actually going to need to have a point in time where you're like, oh shit, things aren't going that well. I need to unpack this thing that's not going that well. Oh man. So I feel like all the Black women have found that in YouTube, right? We've been making videos about our feelings about shit, video blogs, right? Blog posts, journals, and been over here like, oh, here's how we feel about the thing. And everybody else was making the, what do you call it? The we are bougie videos and we want to be Paris Hilton videos. And what everyone didn't understand, because some people were, the Jack and Jillers have confused everyone about social class. They've confused everyone to make everyone believe that they are rich. And the people who are rich, I mean, it's kind of changed a little now, but like Paris Hilton and the crew are rich. Taylor Swift and the crew are rich. Who else is a good one, right? Beyonce and Jay-Z are rich. Puff Daddy and crew are rich. But you know who's not rich? Like Paramore and crew, not rich. Even like, well, okay, maybe not. Like who? Okay, Corday and crew, not rich. Even like Snoop Dogg, not really rich. Like they're interestingly enough, like Snoop Dogg and like Khalees and all of these people are operating in a social class that's very near to my own. It's kind of that comment that Chris Rock said where he was like, I live in this community and it's so nice, and I'm like a really famous entertainer, and my neighbors are just like regular ass white dentists. Yeah. That's why we have to like normalize just being a regular ass dentist. Like you can just being a server, I mean, you can, you don't like, you can't afford Versace bags and shit, but like when I was in tech, I definitely bought myself this, what was it, like an $800 Dooney and Burke purse with my tech money. Right? Shout out to Nora who went with me to buy it. It was a really big day. Like she literally watched me spend like $1,500 like right in the store on 2 bags. It was great. That was a good day. Tech internships save lives. Not really. They just bought me Dooney and Burke purses because I like nice bags. The Valentino bag. Yes. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, maybe that's the thing where like the immigrants are trying to look at things like brand name stuff, and they're trying to understand why Americans who are here, maybe why they don't get as much social respect as everyone else, right? And they're like, they think it's about beauty. They're like, oh, you know, but we are beautiful, therefore we get pretty privilege tokens. Oh, we have education, so now we get like model minority tokens. And it's just like, everyone gets like, there's a we have to normalize the bare minimum, okay? Like, everyone has to have a place to live. Everyone has to have food. Everyone has to have a cell phone, right? Like, this, I've literally just been trying to show you guys like the bare minimum, what you can get with a library card. Maybe I should title this channel that. I've made other content about that, but like, the library card changes lives. Like, maybe like, also college for people of color and for poor people, college will really change your life. Or if you're from like a small town, college will change your life because the people that you are around are dumb. I don't know what else to say. Like, wealthy people aren't poor. I'm sorry, smart people aren't poor in society. Unless you like literally live in the developing world, smart people aren't poor. They're just not. Like, you can go get some information and earn some money, and with the money you can buy the things that you need and want. And there isn't another thing. That's the thing. That's pretty much all you need to know for life. Like, there's not really more than that. Like, as soon as you can, grow up and get a job and learn like whatever the job, like a literal job that you have to like apply for, and you get a paycheck and like a W-2, you know, like, go get a job and like use your money to improve your life. The thing that I struggled with was like was a unseamless transition from my parents' home into adulthood, into my own home. That was challenging for me. I did not feel like it was possible. I didn't feel like it was like it was a bad, like, it gave me bad juju or something. It's just like, it shouldn't be this hard. And it shouldn't be. Right? Like, and I think also maybe it's like very strange because so many women have like a failure to thrive. I think, and that's what I mean. I feel like I've known for a while I did not want to be a breeder. If you want to be a breeder, I really feel like there should be like wife school or something, or like mother school, where because like you have to learn all this shit. You have to learn that other mothers don't like you and like don't care about your children, which is a problem, right, in society. Because like, and when you know that like people have it out for children, it's like, damn, like that's the type of, there's got to be some code of ethics, right? Like otherwise you have no society, which is like what we have now, which is why we have the mass shooters, the crackheads, like all type of stuff that's just like, there's a reason for church and conservatives. There's a reason for church and conservatives, and like you should definitely understand it. Like, I'm not saying that you have to be like, I'm not saying you have to be religious. Like, I am an example of a moderate, which is why I tried to make a ton of content around me being moderate and what that means. Me being black and moderate in America. I think that is actually just called being an American, but I really don't know because I feel like my blackness trumps my Americanness. So, I mean, Ann Coulter is pushing me closer and closer to patriotism, but anti-blackness is pulling me away. So I don't know. I'm on the middle. I am a moderate. I will call myself a moderate Ethiopian. We'll say that. I am a moderate Ethiopian living in America. And I am not religious. Okay.